Hello there, friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Ash, aka AxoKindness, and I am sure that if you're here, you, like me, are super excited for the 3.0 update that's coming out later this week. I'm actually extra excited for the 3.0 update because I'm using it as my excuse to jump back into the world of YouTube video making. It's been over a year since I last uploaded to YouTube, which is insane because I loved it so much. And I had such a great time doing the 30-day challenge that I have on my channel. If you haven't seen it and you're interested, it's all still available. But this time I plan on taking things a little slower, not burning myself out right away. My plan for this video is to share with you guys my hopes for the 3.0 update, the things that I'm the most excited for, and just sort of my general thoughts on Animal Crossing lately and the update and all the things. And while we chat about that, I'm going to be working on some of the preparations I still have to do for my island. So without further ado, welcome to my Forever Island pigeon, and let's get into the video. Now with this update, there is no shortage of things to be excited about. Honestly, the update itself, the fact that we're even getting a 3.0 update, I feel like we haven't really taken time to appreciate yet, because as I recall it, Nintendo told us explicitly that the 2.0 update would be the last major free content update for this game. We were all resigned to waiting for the next game in the series. I think a lot of us anticipated we would be getting one for the Switch too. So this is kind of out of left field for a lot of us. To the point that I'm sure a lot of us can remember exactly where we were and what we were doing when this update trailer dropped. I was settling into bed, getting ready to watch some Animal Crossing YouTube, and I think I was getting ready to villager hunt at the time. And when I refreshed my YouTube homepage, there it was. The Nintendo trailer for the Animal Crossing 3.0 update. And I sat there for those 15 minutes of that entire video with my jaw on the floor. It felt like a dream. I was totally convinced that this was like a really convincing fake, that someone had put this together. Because, again, we had all been told not to hope for this. It left me feeling a little bit strange at first when it dropped. Like, don't get me wrong, I was excited, but it felt kind of like the rug had been pulled out from under me. But in the good way? I don't know. It's a very weird feeling to try to convey. I hope I'm not the only one that sort of had this reaction, but it was a strange circumstance. I probably watched the trailer 2 or 3 times that night, and each time I watched it, the realization sort of settled in, and it was like, oh, no, this is really happening. It almost reminds me of the early days of this community when it was 2020, we were all stuck inside our houses. I'm sure I don't need to remind you of how alive the community felt back in those early days, but it feels almost like a return to form, or at least almost a return to form, because I'm sure that people will tune in for the new update, check things out, and then put the game down again and not come back. But it has just been so exciting to see everyone being excited about it. I mean, it's contagious. Seeing people post videos about what they expect could be coming, people that are diving into the files to see if they can find anything out, predictions, preparations, all of the things. It's such an exciting time to be on Animal Crossing YouTube. But now it feels like it's my turn. I finally get to put some of my thoughts out there. There's a couple of things I'm really holding out hope for with this update. Nintendo doesn't always reveal every little thing that's going to be coming in their updates. We have a lot of stuff to be excited for. We have the bulk crafting confirmed that we've been asking for 6 years just about at this point. Man, I would be lying if I said I ever thought that we would actually see a day when they introduced bulk crafting. I never even considered that they would introduce being able to craft with items directly from our storage. That's another thing I'm super excited about. Another thing I'm looking forward to that I feel like has kind of been overshadowed by the bulk crafting and the storage crafting ability is the little terraforming shimmy. Just being able to scoot and build a cliff. Scoot, build, scoot, build, scoot, build. No more of this U-turn maneuver that it's been ingrained into my muscle memory to just do this little C-type turn whenever I need to add another cliff in my line. I'm honestly wondering if I'll just continue to do that, even in the presence of the little terraforming shimmy, is what I'm calling it. I have no idea what it will be called. There might actually be a name for it, but in my brain it will always be the terraforming shimmy. I'm also interested to see just how exactly the hotel with Cappen's family is introduced. I'm hoping that it's at least a little bit different from just the Happy Home Paradise DLC. I don't really foresee myself getting super excited or super into the hotel gameplay, but it's exciting to have it as an option, just new gameplay in general. So I'm definitely not gonna bite the hand that feeds me, okay? I will check it out, but knowing myself and how quickly I put down the Happy Home Paradise DLC after buying it, I could see myself powering through the hotel if there's some cool feature that comes at the end, like you complete Happy Home Paradise, you can decorate villager houses. I'm wondering if there will be something at the end of that gameplay path, so to speak. Okay, but now moving on to some things that I'm really steadfastly holding out hope for that come with this update. As we know, Nintendo does not always reveal every little thing in their updates, in their update trailers, I should say. Rather, very frequently, they leave a bunch of stuff out. So that way, you get a little teaser, and then there's some stuff left behind the scenes once you actually dive in. I have a couple things in mind that I'd really like to see. The biggest thing on my wish list is for them to streamline the Dodo Airlines dialogue. Please, Nintendo, I am begging you, if I don't get anything else on this wish list, I want the ability to talk to Orville, fly to a Nook Miles Island, see whatever villager is there, or gather whatever resources I need, and then talk to Wilbur and have Wilbur give me the option to continue flying to the next island. That seems like it would be so easy to implement. Obviously, I'm no game developer. I couldn't tell you what the behind the scenes of that would look like. But as a longtime player, it really seems like we should have that as an option. So as soon as this update downloads to my Switch, that is the first place I am going, is to the airport to see if that has been optimized at all. Because I feel like that complaint is one that the community has made very vocal, much like the desire for bulk crafting. So there's hope, okay? I have hope in my heart. Another thing that I would love to see is the ability to purchase more than one thing from the Able sisters at a time. Like, just give me the ability, Nintendo, to purchase multiple colors or multiple pairs of the exact same one of those little Converse shoes when it finally appears in my Able sisters. Or like, for my fellow glasses girlies, just let us buy 10 pairs of the exact same type of glasses that we wear with every single outfit. Please let me do that in one dressing room visit. I am begging here. Okay, that about does it for the things that I would like to see optimized or streamlined. There's a couple of new things I am hoping to see. I am hoping that within this update, they sneak in some new villager dialogue or interactions. I've been playing a lot of New Leaf actually recently, and I love some of the interactions that they'll give you, like just burying a time capsule or offering them a piece of furniture for their house. I know that a lot of people in this game don't like to gift their villagers necessarily because it throws off their house interior, but I think it would be cool to at least have the option for villagers to give us some more of these quests. On the note of villagers, I'm hoping that we will get either some new or some returning villagers. There is one frog in particular that I have had my heart set on ever since I saw her. She does not exist in New Horizons, but her name is Sunny, and just look at her. Look at her. She has not been seen since Animal Forest E+. That was her one and only appearance. But Nintendo, please give me this cute froggy girl back. Look at her little tongue hanging out. She's so cute. Please. She's so freaking cute. And she deserves a spot on my Animal Crossing island, okay? But whether we see some returning villagers that we haven't seen since older games, or if it's only new villagers, we've seen that we're getting some new villagers. There's the 4 from Splatoon and the Legend of Zelda crossovers. I'm not personally a huge Legend of Zelda fan, but I know lots of people are holding out for Wolf Link to make another appearance. And hey, if he's going to reappear in Animal Crossing New Horizons, now is the time that that's going to happen. Okay, I think we can all accept that. It's now or never, Nintendo. And with the new hotel feature and the ability to have even more Animal Crossing villagers roaming around our island, it just makes sense for Nintendo to introduce new villagers to the roster. And this last thing on my wish list, I'm not holding out much hope for, unfortunately, because I believe this has been confirmed not to be the case by some of the Nintendo Creator Network people that had a chance to review the trailer and ask a couple of questions. The new Slumber Islands that we're getting, I am hoping that the villagers you can use on your Slumber Islands are actually any villager from your, I'll call it your island villager catalog. For instance, if I have, say, Raymond on my island, but he moves away and I let someone new come, it would be awesome if Raymond is considered in my villager catalog. And then I can pull from any of those past villagers that have been residents on my island to put them onto my Slumber Islands. Because really, if I'm going to have an extra island, I want it to be an island I can have different villagers on. If we can only have the same villagers that are on our main island also on the Slumber Islands, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed with that. And I'd have to say, if that's gonna be the case, I probably won't see myself using those Slumber Islands very often. I am not a big fan of the outdoor, like Happy Home Paradise style decorating. I much more enjoy the actual do-it-yourself, pushing around items, trying your best to get them to stick in awkward places style of decorating, like on our normal islands. I think that's just personal preference. I have certainly heard that lots of people are very excited about the ability to like sandbox decorate your islands, but it's just not for me personally. Though I am intrigued by the ability to make your islands different sizes, I'll certainly explore them, but if we can only use those same 10 villagers from our islands again, I'll be pretty bummed about that. And I think that if Nintendo was to introduce a sort of villager catalog where any resident could be used on a Slumber Island like that, then it would do a lot to encourage people, at least myself, to have new villagers on their islands. Right now, I feel like lots of us just kind of hunt for ones on our list, or the cuties, or the ones that fit our theme. But I might be more inclined to just take villagers on a whim, because, hey, once they're on my island for a little bit, then they could be on a future Slumber Island of mine. And who knows, maybe they'll be perfect for a future Slumber Island theme. It would remind me a lot of how New Leaf, there was a ever revolving door of villagers that would come and go from your island. I think it would bring back some of that charm as well. All right, we've talked about the trailer. We've talked about the things I'm hoping to see. I've got just a few more closing thoughts before I wrap this video up. There are a few things I'm doing to sort of prepare for the update, and I say that very loosely because I've lately, in this era of my life, not necessarily like a New Year's resolution for 2026, but just sort of generally over the past 6 months, I've been trying to embrace the sort of experience of it all. And I mean that in a lot of ways, not just Animal Crossing, but Animal Crossing's a big part of my life. So it kind of spills over to here too, where I'm very interested in taking it easy, not worrying too much about it. If something is not perfect or exactly how I want it to go, that's okay. That happens. Just sort of rolling with it, being very flexible. So there's only a couple things I'm doing as far as actually preparing. One thing I recommend is if you are a Treasure Island subscriber like myself, you should probably try to get in some Treasure Island visits sooner rather than later. I am sure that the Treasure Islands are going to see a huge spike in visitors and subscribers and all kinds of things once this update is in our hands. I actually made about 4 or 5 trips to a couple yesterday just to stock up on a couple of things that I know I'll want to have my hands on when the update comes out. Some materials, some bells, just to have on hand so I can be ready to experience all that the update has to offer. Obviously, if you are resourcing these materials yourself, you could do that too. I would also recommend chopping wood, earning bells, that sort of thing at your own pace, but sooner rather than later, because it's going to be here before we know it. The other way I'm preparing my island for the update is I just want to have the general layout of my island kind of nailed down in my head before the update arrives, because there will be a lot of new, shiny, enticing things that we get excited about, and I don't want to be overwhelmed by all of the new things and then also be overwhelmed by trying to figure out the layout of my island. So I figured, you know what? I can't prepare much for the overwhelm of all the new things, but what is in my control is just being sure that I have my island ready to go. This does not mean I am time traveling to kick villagers out and terraforming and moving buildings and all of that. That is not what this looks like for me. For me, it just means I'd like to have the homes or the building spaces mapped out with the in-game path tool, just to have an idea of where I would like them to go. But I'm also leaving room for new developments. There could be something coming in this update that inspires me to redo an entire section of my island, or to change it, or to add something. And I don't want to feel trapped by an island that is already fully completed, and I don't have any room to experiment with new things. So I think that's something to keep in mind as we approach the update as well. Overall, I'm just thrilled that we are even in a position where we're getting an update for this game nearly 6 years after its release. It's also interesting to me that they have reopened this door. Maybe we'll get more updates in the future. Not to get false hope or anything. This is purely speculation, but they did not say anything in this trailer about it being really the last update, or seriously, guys, this is the last update for this game. Maybe they just don't want to shoot themselves in the foot like they did with the last 2.0 update when they specified specifically it was the last one and then changed their mind. So this very well could be the last update, but it's interesting to me that they're leaving the door open. And hey, us as an Animal Crossing community, we are used to waiting a long time for new content. So you know what? If it takes a couple more years for the next update or the new game, so be it. I know I will still be here playing regardless. And that is going to just about summarize up this video. I have no idea for how long I just rambled, but if you are still here, thank you so much. This whole time I've been recording, I can't shake the feeling that this experience is very similar to like a song that you haven't heard since middle school. It's like, I remember most of it, but there's a lot of it that is really rusty. So thank you for making it through this whole video if you've made it to this point, and I hope that you will stick around. I would like to do 30 days of the 3.0 update. I'm thinking it will either be weekly recaps and check-ins, or maybe just one long video at the end of the month. There's a possibility it will be both, where I post weekly videos and then compile them all at the end of the month into one big video on my thoughts about the update. But this is all speculation. We'll see. We'll see what I have the energy and the time for as we get closer. If you have anything that you are holding out hope for with this update that I didn't mention, please share it in the comments. We can all be a little bit delusional together, okay? And with that, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!